Hey guys, what's up? It's Nathan here, and today I am doing a almost full but not quite overview on all of the LEGO Castle dwarves that have been made in retail sets. So, with one exception, but we'll get into that, or with one set exception, but we'll get into that. There are dwarves here from the Dwarf Battle Pack, the Dwarf Mine, and then 3 other individual sets that had a dwarf in them. So without further ado, let's get started. So let's start with the 3 that came in individual sets, starting with this one. This dwarf was included in the Troll Warship as a prisoner. And before I continue, I just want to say I do have some weapons, but I'm not going to put them in the hands because I don't know if they're accurate to the dwarf. But this one came in the Troll Warship. He has the silver version of the non-winged helmet, and then he also has, it's the same face. It's been used quite a lot. Same goes for the torso. Torso is just taken from the same castle theme. And the beard pieces are very cool. There is some variation in terms of color. There are brown beards, black beards, and red beards. And so this one has a red beard, and that's a brown beard. And then there are other black bearded dwarfs. These are pretty much, this is pretty much, in terms of the torso, the beard, and the legs, it's the same figure, except he has, if you can't tell, he has the Jang face, as it's affectionately known. And he also has the winged helmet, the silver winged helmet, which I think it came in a couple... It came in a few sets. It came in the Battle Pack. It came in the Mine. It came in... This figure's from the Dwarf Mine Defender, which I think was like a $10 set when it came out. $10, $12 set, something like that. So that's that one. And then this one is a... this guy's actually, he's from the Advent calendar, which it's actually funny because he's pretty much the exact same figure that you get in the Dwarf Battle Pack. He has the gold winged helmet, which came in this. And before you say anything, yes, the Advent calendar, yeah, sure, it might not be considered a retail set. He also has the scared face, which is actually the same as the one in the Advent, well, this is the one from the Advent calendar, and then there's one from the Dwarf Mine, and they're the exact same figure. I think of this guy as kind of like a dwarf lord, because he has the gold helmet, but he's not the dwarf king, because the dwarf king comes in the next part. Sneak peek. All right, so I think next in this, we're going to tackle the Dwarf Mine, because that's the next largest amount of dwarves in a set. Well, these are just all single, but next largest amount of dwarves in the set, the Dwarf Mine with 4. So stay tuned. So these are the dwarf figures from the Dwarves Mine or the actual Dwarves Mine, which is one of my favorite sets. Specifically of this theme, but also just in general. I really like that set. I wasn't able to get the actual set itself, but I did get the minifigures. So the first one is what I was referring to earlier. This is the Dwarf King. I did get his ruby and his goblet that he comes with in that set. He is pretty much the same as the other. Like, a lot of these figures share different parts. So he has the Jang face as well. He has a black beard, or a brown beard. And then he has the Viking torso, which is shared with a couple other figures in this line. A lot of them use that generic castle torso that I showed you previously. But this one uses the one of the Vikings torsos. Now next, this one it's interesting for another reason beside the actual figure, but this is probably my favorite one. And for the said reason, he has the same face as the crown king in the castle sets, and then there's also that same Vikings torso, which I actually for quite a while I didn't realize that they actually made Viking sets, but now I do, and now I want them. And then those are the two. This is like the Dwarf Warrior or another Dwarf Lord. This is actually my dwarf character. And then this is a blacksmith. This is the one figure. I had to order this one separately because I couldn't find it on Bricklink or eBay. I couldn't find it on eBay, so I had to get it on Bricklink. He has a brown beard. And he actually has another Viking torso, which is actually pretty cool. And then he also has, like, you probably saw, but I'll show you anyway. It's that generic city face. But a lot of the parts of these dwarves are like shared with each other. So here's another one. This is kind of a newcomer in this overview because he has a black beard and it's the same design, like it's the same mold as the red. You haven't seen this one yet, ignore that. But it's the same mold as the red, but it's just in a different color. So that is really cool. And I think this guy is supposed to be the blacksmith because he did come with a smithy's hammer. And then there's also that generic city face. And then he does have that same castle torso that we've seen a couple times in this series, or in this overview. So these are all really cool. The set, I really love that set. It was $60, and now it's like, the reason I had to just order these separately for this overview is because the set is very expensive now. So I just decided to order these figures themselves. But now on to the other set in question. Now these are from the Dwarfs Battle Pack, actually, which I did not realize for a long time that they actually made one. I knew they made a Knight one and I knew they made a Troll Battle Pack, but I did not know they actually made a Dwarf Battle Pack, and when I found it, it was expensive. But I got it sealed for $65. It was originally like $14 or $10 or something like that. I don't even know. And these are very cool. And the reason is because they were in like a $10, $15 set. This is the same one that was in the advent calendar, and he has the same torso and face and hair and everything as that one. It's the like let me see. See, they're the exact same figure, same face. I guess this one's kind of misprinted. That's why you can see it better, or maybe it's, yeah, there we go. They're the same figure. And then this one is actually fairly similar to the warrior from the Mine set, except it just has a different beard piece. He has a brown beard instead of a red beard. And then this one is very similar to the one from the Dwarves Mine Defender, including the face, except he has a bronze helmet, which I think that was a recurring theme in the other set, but or the mine. But these come in two colors, as do the winged helmets. They come in gold and silver. These come in bronze and silver. Which leads me to this one. This one has the same silver helmet, or it's just the same helmet in silver, and then he has that same generic city face because LEGO loves using generic. The battery faces. Level is now 40%. And he was in this set, but you can create him with other parts, and so castle torso, castle torso, castle torso, castle torso, castle torso, and then these two have Viking torsos. And then this one it's a little different because once again he has a black beard, but he looks evil. And I don't know why, but maybe he becomes the evil dwarf from the Lego collectible minifigure series. I don't know. But he is fairly similar. He just has a different face. And this is actually a face that I hadn't gotten. I got it in another thing that I got, and then I got it in here. And this is a cool face. It's an evil face, and I don't like that it's an evil face. Probably gonna switch it out at some point. But so that's these. These are actually really, this is actually really cool because I wasn't planning on getting the battle pack until I found out that it existed and I was able to. So this is definitely something that I really am happy that I got. So now I have all of the retail ones, that I could get realistically, and I'll explain that in a second. So you may be wondering, where's the Lego Castle chess set? Because they did have dwarves as pawns in that set. And the easy answer to that is I'm not paying $1,200 for it. You can pretty much create any of these dwarves with similar pieces. The main specialty pieces are their helmets and their beards. I have two others that I just got from a friend of mine, but they're not, I don't think they're actual chess pieces, or like they're not meant to be, because he doesn't have that set either. So dwarves are my favorite fantasy characters, so this is just kind of extra cool for me to get. And so now I have 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, 14 dwarves. And I like dwarves, and this is really cool. So basically I wanted to do this video because I know that a lot of people like the castle theme, and I was never a massive fan of it, but I did like it. Especially the Dwarves Mine, which I know is a lot of people's favorites. And dwarves are my favorite fantasy character. So I wanted to get all of these dwarves. Still not, like I said, not including the chess pieces from that chess set, because I'm not spending $1,000. I'm not spending $1,200 just for that. And it's also not including the Series 5 dwarves, or the Series 5, Lego Minifigure Series 5 had an evil dwarf, and that's also not in here because that, in my opinion, that just doesn't count. That's just a CMF figure. So with that said, this is the lineup of dwarves, and this I think spans 2007, 2008, and 2009 from what I can tell. So this is all the Lego Castle Dwarf minifigures from retail sets. I would like to thank you all very, very much for watching this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I will see all of you guys later. Bye.